Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome back to another update video. Now this one is just a patch week with a focus on PVM and skilling. I'll go over the main page ones to tell you what they say, and if I remember them whenever I go over the patch notes, I won't repeat them again. This way you guys only have to hear it once. Okay, so without any further ado, it says PVM just got better, and here's what it says. The spider minions in the Araxi fight will now die at the end of her death animation. The right-click option on Bar's brothers spawned by other players has been removed. The click radius on the gravity field in the Virago boss fight has been increased. The Max Guild boss portal has been updated to show all options on one page. A set arrival option has been added to various bosses for the Max Guild boss portal. A Don't Ask Me Again option has been added when prompted about the 100k coin charge for returning to the Max Guild boss portal. Surge and Escape are now usable during the global cooldown period, similar to Bladed Dive outside of PvP areas. Skilling improvements. The fishing spots inside the Manithral VIP area have been removed closer together and will now only spawn on the west side of the pool. Fish Flinger's Fisherman has arrived in the Manithral VIP area. The Fish Flinger's Fisherman in Piscatarius has moved to the northeastern shoreline. The Rune Metrics interface is now visible during kegger, racing, table dancing, and Zapper minigame at the Novemberfest event. The boost and activate options on the action bar for equipped skill capes have been swapped. Member skill challenges up to level 5 can now be progressed by free players. Utility updates. A right-click option has been added to select the destination on various fairy rings throughout the game world without having to first visit Zenaris. Check progress option has been added to the Manithral Soul Obelisk. The skill name has been added to the Strange Rock and Golden Rocks. Fully recharged scrimshaws will now stack in the bank with brand new ones. The Farmer's Wonder range away from the bank chest in the Melier district of Perfindus has been adjusted. The Vrock teleport will now teleport players slightly closer to the staff shop. It does say depending on the Vrock task completion settings. The Lumbridge teleport will teleport players closer to the Combat Academy. The following items will now always show a loot beam: Ghost Hunter equipment, Ancient Emblems, Perfect Chitin, Camel Journals, Magister Journals, Adamant Dragon Journals, and Attuned Crystal Seeds. Okay, there's going to be a full list. Otherwise, we got Lootscape. Remember, every Tuesday and Friday streams. If you tune in during this, you will be able to get the Twitching Orb Pet for this month. Next month will be something different. And it also says that there's a bonus one for this week, which is a Dimension of the Damned finale, which is on this Saturday. And speaking of which, currently I am ranked 262 for my main account. I have not been able to get my hardcore account ranked yet, but I do plan on trying to keep at it and trying to get him ranked. I did get him a rank of over 7 mil points, but that sadly does not qualify anymore for the top 1,000 players. So you need to have quite a bit of points for that. Okay, so live streams this week for Tuesday, October 24th at 15:30 UTC game time, RuneScape Team Showcase. Saturday, October 28th, 17:45 UTC game time, Dimension of the Damned finale. And Sunday, October 29th at 1900 UTC game time, PVM with Mod Lee. Now we'll head into the patch notes. Graphical. The Spooky Spider and Nautilus outfits now work correctly with recolored skin tones. An option has been added to toggle the Nautilus necklace with a necklace or neck slot in the wardrobe. The animations for female characters wearing the Nautilus outfit have been corrected. Using the Nightstone effect directly after the Bloodstone effect will no longer cause a black and white effect. The animation for equipping elemental shields has been updated. The walk animation for sea snake hatchlings and sea snake young have been updated and smoothed out. Skills, D&Ds, and minigames. The Constitution is one I'm skipping because it was on the main page. I already read it for you guys. The Constitution and defense level requirements to wear the agility top, agile top and legs, not to be confused with a nimble outfit, have been removed. Cutting Manithral sandstone or granite now generates 1 crafting XP. Bamboo can now be used with portable flexure for convenience, but without generating additional resources. This is to ensure that the Waco grill and portable range saving chances are not affected due to Wabagong's comparative rarity. Players can now use Constitution abilities in the Champions Guild fights that have specific melee, magic, or ranged requirements. The Trapper from player-owned ports now correctly shows as unlocked in the skill guide at 90+ Hunter. Players now have a higher chance to receive a lifeboat reward from player-owned port, Sea Center Umi, and Black Marketeer events. Players can no longer use firecrackers to increase their mining speed. Evil trees will no longer give clue scrolls on free worlds. The tooltip for Hyphen and Voice of Saren has been tweaked to give a better explanation of the agility / prayer buff. The Luminous Energy skill guide entry no longer mentions dealing with the desert heat. The last mural for the Sunken Pyramid will now unlock 110 souls captured instead of 90. The reward chest inside the Sophodum Slayer dungeon is no longer called Metaphos Dungeon Chest. Quest challenges and achievements. The quest marker for Lost City quest giver has been updated to reflect his current location in the Lumbered Swamp. Blue box highlighting for the Phlegmatic Imp during the Imp Catcher quest has been updated to reflect his current location in the Lumbered Swamp. The world map names for the underground Pigpen used in Bringing Back the Bacon have been updated. Rerolling daily challenges. It will now only consume Viswak after confirming the reroll. Member skill challenges up to level 5 can now be progressed by free players. The chat for Ictharian's Little Helper or the Pet Cat can no longer be triggered on a free world. And players can once again teleport from the top of the Sithrad Tower. Okay, a lot of the ones we had already listed. Okay, set arrival option has been various bosses for the Max Guild portal. 100k charge. Players are now prompted with a warning message when equipping a demonic skull and when crossing the wilderness wall with one in their backpack. The Book of Death now works against Runite dragons. Players can now use a keepsake key on the magic skill cape perk at the Shattered Worlds Bank. Weird. Players can once again switch graphical toolkits when using Java Client. The customization tab will now close itself if opened in the buffer zone of the wilderness until level 3 of the wilderness. A number of issues with delayed player animation on the wardrobe interface has been fixed. Players can no longer place hunter traps in the wilderness buffer zone. Several Suqua spawn locations have been moved to tiles accessible to players. Players can no longer get stuck inside the Oogaloo pools. Players can now use magic notepaper or dragon boots to note them. Entering the wilderness via Demonheim will now cancel players' walk routes so that they only walk one tile into the wilderness. Typos in the next Angel of Death reward curse description has been corrected. A message issue where items which couldn't be noted were described as noted items has been fixed when other players harvest a divine Simacula or whatever. Filled rune pouches now show the correct value of the wealth evaluator. Fully recharged scrimshells. Okay, we saved that one. Ghouls no longer spawn within trees in the infamous graveyard, an issue that allowed players to retrieve unlimited mana necklaces from Diango has been fixed. The wise old man will no longer lie about storing burnt meat when in fact he is throwing it away. The music player filter now works correctly on the audio settings parent interface. Players can now reclaim the Gillinor Games rings from Diango if destroyed. The boost and activate options on the action bar for the equipped skill capes have been swapped around. Augmented Obliteration, Annihilation, and Decimation no longer leave a copy of the item after keepsaking. The XP amount shown when using an ancient effigy now shows numerical separators. Iron Man accounts can no longer purchase brawling gloves from Mandrith. That's okay. Hellweir no longer drops loot outside of the arena. Last week's hotfixes. The Invention tutorial can now be consistently completed. The Mysteria banner now appears correctly with the Hearts of Ice sub-interface open. The correct Mysteria banner promotion are now shown when Treasure Hunter is opened without any remaining keys. Ninja fixes. Surge and Escape. We've seen that one. Quest requirements on the quest information screen, and the quest journal will now link to the appropriate required quest when clicked on. The Holly Wreath headpiece has been received a graphical update to give it a more visual character. Hands now has a right-click buy option for veterans on capes on free worlds. Seagulls on the Porcelain docks now drop feathers. I laugh because that was always a big deal for a while. The maximize and minimize action bar button has been returned to the original larger size. A check progress option has been added to the Manithral soul obelisks. Red sandstone is now unaffected by the furnace perk when mining with an augmented pickaxe. Okay, the fishing spots inside the Manithral VIP area have been moved closer and will now only spawn on the west side of the pool. White Knight gloves have been renamed to gauntlets. The skill name has been added to Strange Rocks and Golden Rocks. Strange Rocks are now sorted alphabetically in the statue collection bag to match Golden Rocks. The Ring of Stone interface in Legacy mode has been updated to improve the clarity of the text. Guthix Rex Potion and Flask are now all consistently color. The Wildstalker helmet now increments kills on free worlds. A warning has been added to the safe area in the wilderness to inform players about demonic skulls and luring. The Bone Crusher upgrade can now be bought from Bonnie and Waco without owning a Bone Crusher as part of the Arc achievements. Players still require the original Bone Crusher from Demonheim in order to activate the effect. The Fishflinger's Fisherman and Piscatarius has been moved to the northeastern shoreline. Items can no longer be dragged from the collection slot in the Grand Exchange interface. All doors in Miscellany except the bedroom and throne room doors are now open by default. It's kind of nice. The Farmer's Wonder range in the Malaria district of Perfidness has been adjusted. The balloon travel map of the interface has been updated to bring it in line with other interfaces. The Varrock teleport will now teleport players slightly closer to the staff shop depending on the Varrock task completion settings. The Lumbridge teleport will teleport players closer to the Combat Academy. The Tox Ketzil shield once more uses an older model variant. The Varrock Museum display case interfaces have been updated to match the current interface style. Suqua hide can now be traded for Suqua teeth by Skull Gryman and Releka on a 1-to-1 ratio after players completed the Hard Fremennik achievement set. The Arcane Capacitor necklace is no longer a requirement for the Bard power spell in the Lunar Spellbook. Instead, now only requiring 3 astral runes. The spell can be unset and subsequently reset within bank areas. The confirmation dialogue when attempting to enter and leave the Grand Library of the Manithral has been fixed or removed. So that is it for today's patch notes and updates. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.